On today's episode of Where's Brian, we're headed to one of the hottest buildings in town. The staff here keeps their building warm so that you can stay cool during the summer, work during the day, and see during the night. Do you know where I am today? I'm Brian Phillips. On most days, I work in an office for the Ames City Manager. Since starting here, I've learned a lot about the different jobs city employees have. Many of them you might see every day. Others work behind the scenes to provide quality programs and exceptional service to the community. And that's why I'm here, to experience the different jobs the City of Ames has to offer. You never know where I'll go next.
The Electric Production Division is responsible for producing and purchasing electrical energy and for maintaining the associated equipment. This includes operation and maintenance of the boilers and turbines that generate electricity for our community.
Hi Curtis.
Hey Brian.
How you doing?
Doing well.
So tell me a little bit about what you do here at the power plant.
I'm the operations superintendent, so I manage and supervise the operations as well as the coal handling crew here at the steam plant, as well as the combustion turbine peakers along Dayton Avenue.
Okay, so how does the process of making electricity actually work here at the power plant?
Well, we use steam to turn a turbine to turn a generator.
Okay.
So basically we use coal and RDF, and we burn that to produce heat, and that heat turns the water into steam inside the boiler. That steam travels to the turbine, which turns the generator, which produces electricity.
Okay. So how many people are involved in making sure that the power plant stays operational?
We have about 60 people here, a little less.
And you're operating 24 hours a day?
That's right.
Okay.
So any given time, the operations crew, we have 4 people here minimum. And then during the day, we have maintenance as well as management here.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about what we're going to be doing today.
Well, we have, of those 4 critical positions, we have the operator, we have the fire worker, and then we have 2 auxiliary men. I'm going to have you go with an auxiliary operator to do some of the tasks that they do around the power plant.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, I'm ready to go if you want to lead the way.
Yeah, all right over here.
All right, Joe, so we're standing in front of a big contraption that has water coming out of it. What can you tell me about this unit here?
Well, this is our testing station. This is our water panel. It draws samples from all of our different water systems in the power plant.
Okay, so I understand that the power plant requires a lot of water to do what it needs to do.
Yes.
So what are some of the routine things that you do to make sure that the water is doing its job?
Well, we test the water. We test water from each of the different systems in the boiler and the cooling systems for different chemicals and mineral content.
What's the reason by testing for mineral content? What kind of problems can occur if there's minerals?
Well, we want to make sure that we keep the water pure so that we don't have buildup in our boiler tubes, which can reduce heat transfer and cause boiling problems.
Okay. So go ahead and walk me through what some of these tests are, I suppose.
This is our conductivity meter, which helps us keep track of the conductivity in the water. And all we do is grab a sample and we rinse the cell and then turn the meter on, and it'll tell us what our conductivity is.
So this one says, what is this, 106?
Yep, on the boiler water.
Okay, so how does that compare with water that you might get out of your tap at home?
Well, the water in your tap at home is probably between 600 and 700, and we're at 100 in our boiler.
So this is about 6 times less conductive?
Yes.
Okay. So that kind of pure water is necessary to make sure the plant operates efficiently,
That's
right?
correct.
Okay. Can I take a sample
Sure.
from one of the other areas? So would you do this to every one of these going
Each
down
one
the
of
line?
these samples, we would test.
All right, so it's 2 spins right here. 1,
Rinse the cell.
2, and fill it up and press this one?
Yep.
So this one's really low, 2.3.
That's
So
our conductivity. Or that's our condensate.
So that's really really pure water.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's a good sign.
Yes.
How frequently do you do these kinds of tests?
3 times per shift.
Okay, so that's, and there's 3 shifts per day?
2 shifts.
2 shifts
So
per day.
six times in 24 hours.
Okay. What other kinds of tests do you do on a regular basis?
We test for iron.
Okay.
We test for copper. We test for calcium and chlorine.
And I'm
those types
guessing
of things.
those are the kinds of things you don't want as much of in the water, right?
That's right.
Okay, so why don't you walk me through what an iron test would look like, or a
Okay.
copper test?
Well, we take 2 sample tubes and we fill and rinse them 3 times each to make sure that the tube is clean.
Okay.
And we take a 25 mil sample.
Okay. Now, is this similar where you would do this test several times per shift?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So when we get our 225 mil samples, we'll take them into the test lab, add our chemical pillows, and then wait for the amount of time that's required for the test, and then pour it through a spectrum analyzer.
Okay.
That'll read the sample and tell us what the level of the chemical or mineral we're looking for is.
So what kind of adjustments can you make if the samples come back and you have too much of a chemical that you don't want in there?
If we have too much, we'll adjust the feed rate, and to eliminate or reduce it, we'll open a blowdown and we'll actually remove water from the boiler itself.
So that sort of flushes out the contaminants?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, so after this, I understand we're going to go take a look at the dump grates for the boiler. Is that
Yep,
right?
the ash grates. Yep.
Okay, well, we can take these inside and head up there if you're
All
ready.
right, great.
Okay. All right, Joe, so I understand we're at the bottom of the boiler now.
That's right.
All right, so what's happening behind this wall?
Fire.
Okay, can we take a look?
Sure.
So that's pretty hot.
That's very
How
hot.
hot did the temperatures get inside of there?
1700 degrees.
Okay, so that'll toast some marshmallows.
Right. So right now the fire that you see is RDF burning.
Okay, so that's the refuse-derived fuel
Yes.
that's made out of garbage, basically,
Yep,
that's been
yep.
processed,
That's right.
and then that's mixed with the coal inside the boiler.
Yep.
So as the fuel burns in the boiler, it falls down as ash into the bottom here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So what do you have to do to maintain all of this?
Every couple of hours we have to dump the grates to clear the ash
Okay.
so that we can maintain good airflow up through the grates to help maintain that combustion of the RDF.
And then where does the ash go?
It falls into an ash hopper below the grates,
Uh-huh.
and then we flush that, and it gets flushed down to our ash storage ponds.
Okay. And then from there we send that ash to a landfill, I understand?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the procedure here then to dump the grates?
Well, we'll dump this grate first. We just
Okay.
take the handle and push it all the way down,
Okay.
and then come over here and push this handle all the way down.
Okay. Just let me know when.
Go ahead and push it down. We'll watch the cylinder.
So as these are coming up, the grates are dumping.
Yes. Gonna lay back. I'll go ahead and pull that one up. I'm gonna walk back over here. Go ahead and pull that one up. And we can watch the grates come up, make sure they come up correctly.
Okay.
We want to make sure the west grate comes up ahead of the east grate.
So it's a lot clearer in there now. You can see things a little bit better. So the thing's
So
burning
it's
on the
burning
bottom.
in suspension, and then the heavier stuff will fall and will burn on the grate.
So that's RDF on the bottom
Yes.
there. That's still burning
Yeah.
a little bit more, and then it
Yep.
stops. So it looks like they've come up correctly. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep, they're up now. You
Okay.
can see the RDF now burning in suspension and the heavier stuff falling down and burning on the grate. So that's a successful grate dump.
Okay. So you do that a couple of times a day then, huh?
Every couple of hours we
Every
have to
couple
do
of
that.
hours.
Yep.
Okay. All right, great. Well, this has been really informative, Joe. I appreciate you taking your time to show me around the plant. I'll let you get back to work and get out of your hair for a while.
All right, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks. Well, today we got to look at some of the chemistry and raw power that go into making electricity for the residents of Ames. If you'd like to learn more about the electric utility, visit our website at www.cityofames.org. And be sure to tune in for the next Where's Brian, because you'll never know where I'll go next.